Welcome to this lecture. Today we will be looking at thermal comfort. Okay, so our topic is thermal comfort. Most of the data taken for this presentation is from 2017 ASHRAE Handbook of Fundamentals SI Unit Chapter 9 and ASHRAE Standard 55 2017. What is the meaning of human comfort? It is that condition of mind which expresses satisfaction with thermal environment. Meaning, it is not fixed. You cannot say that this is the general thermal human comfort condition. Okay, it varies from person to person. Most important thing. Okay, so it is that condition of mind which expresses satisfaction with the thermal environment. Now, human body maintains its thermal equilibrium with environment by means of three modes of heat transfer: evaporation, radiation, convection. So, you might have heard this one: too hot, too cold, just right. Okay, so the conditions, the environment, thermal environment condition should be just right, then only human will feel comfortable. Next, we will see the heat exchange of human body with environment. So how does the heat exchange occur? There is respiration of human being. Okay, along with that, moisture might be thrown out. Okay, moisture is taken in. So that is a form of heat exchange. Then sun is there. From there we get solar radiation. Okay, also there are surfaces are around us. Now all the bodies above 0 Kelvin radiate. So definitely all the bodies surrounding to us will be radiating. We also radiate, and that is also a form of heat exchange, which is called radiation. Then we have sweating or perspiration. That perspiration evaporates, and because of that also our body gets cooled. So this is also one way by which body exchange heat with the environment. Next is convection. Because of the temperature gradient, there will be convection. Okay, it can be either natural convection if temperature gradient is there, and it can be forced convection if you are using a fan. So this is the mechanism by which human body exchange heat with environment. Now a very important MCQ is asked based on this heat exchange of body with environment. What is that? The human body feels comfortable when there is no change in body temperature. That is when the heat stored in the body is zero. So human body feel comfortable when there is no change in body temperature, meaning there is a certain temperature. Okay, body is maintaining certain temperature. If that temperature is not changed, meaning whatever heat is generated by the body, body interacts with the surrounding. So when the heat stored in the body is zero, in that case what will happen? There is no change in the body temperature, and that is the condition when human body feels comfortable. Next, now we'll see what is the temperature which human body maintains. Okay, so it is the temperature, core temperature of human body. It is around 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, so here you can see it has been written this value. It is around 37 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is increased to 39 or 35, there is slight discomfort. Above that, there is major loss of efficiency, and above certain value it is lethal. So this is what is called effect of variation of core temperature on a human being. Now what happens because of this? We will see that. Hazards from heat and cold. So if you consider first three effects, this is with respect to heat and last one is with respect to cold. So first one is heat exhaustion. What is meaning of this? Failure of normal blood circulation. Symptoms are fatigue, headache, dizziness, vomiting. And how to recover from this? Person can recover when he or she is moved to a cold place. Next is heat cramp. Heat cramp means loss of salt due to excessive rate of body perspiration. So because of sweating, body loses salt as well. And because of that, this causes severe pain in calf and thigh muscle. What is the solution for this? It can be avoided by using salt tablet. Next is heat stroke. When exposed to excessive heat, body temperature rise to 40.5 degrees Celsius or higher. At that condition, what happens? Sweating ceases and person may enter coma with death imminent. So because of this, what will happen? There is permanent damage to brain, and this can be avoided by taking sufficient water at frequent intervals. So these are the three effects because of too much heat, okay, high temperature. Then if cold is maintained, okay, meaning the temperature is very low, suddenly your body part is exposed to, suppose, a refrigerant which is at very low temperature. In that case, what will happen? There will be frostbite. What is meaning of frostbite? A medical condition whereby damage is caused to the skin and other tissues due to extreme cold for long periods. So here you can see an example has been shown. This is the normal skin. Then when suddenly it has been exposed, or it has been exposed, the skin has been exposed to low temperatures for long time, what will happen? You can see the change in the skin color. Okay, the tissues are getting damaged and finally it becomes black. Now if you go through Google and search on the internet, you will find that what happens agar suddenly as a refrigerant, if it is exposed to hand, our skin becomes black, then finally it becomes brittle and even the hand can break and fall down. Okay, so this is very severe. Frostbite has very severe effect on the body. Next we will see what are the factors which contribute to thermal comfort. 6 factors shall be addressed while defining condition for acceptable thermal comfort. What are these? Metabolic rate. Here you can see metabolic rate. Next, clothing insulation, air temperature, radiant temperature, air speed and humidity. Now if you consider first two parameters over here, metabolic rate and clothing insulation, these are characteristics of the occupant. Whereas if you consider air temperature, radiant temperature, air speed, humidity, these are conditions of thermal environment. So first we will see environmental factors. What are these? Air temperature, radiant temperature, air speed and humidity. Same here you can see air temperature, okay, air speed, radiant temperature or radiant heat and humidity. So we will see first part, air temperature. Now body has mechanism to regulate its temperature. Suppose outdoor condition the temperature is high. In that case what will happen? Body will sweat. There will be perspiration. Now what is the mechanism of sweating exactly? When body is subjected to high temperature, okay, there will be sweating. So because of the sweating, body is covered with thin layer of sweat. Now that sweat, it will evaporate, and because of that there will be cooling effect. So body temperature is maintained using this sweating. Next is goosebumps. Now there are various reasons for getting goosebumps, but here we are talking about temperature part. Okay, suppose body is exposed to chill air. Okay, so what will happen? Hair on the body, it will stand up like this. So what is this? Basically, because of goosebumps, hair is getting erected. Okay, and because of this, what will happen? Hair, it will trap the air to create layer of insulation. Okay, so this is called goosebumps. Next is shivering. Now what happens in shivering? There is rapid movement of muscles which heat us up. Okay, so here you can see a small animation has been shown. If you suddenly dip into the water, okay, swimming pool may, if you're going to swimming pool, or you're at a particular place where temperatures are negative, there you will see this shivering. Okay, what is this exactly? There is rapid movement of muscles which, because of which, what will happen? This heats us up. Okay, so this is called shivering. Next is mean radiant temperature. Now what we are looking at exactly? We are looking at environmental factors. Okay, total there are 6 factors based on which we decide thermal comfort level. Okay, so we are looking at that, and we are looking currently at second factor, which is called radiant temperature. Here we will define mean radiant temperature. What is that? It is defined as uniform surface temperature of an imaginary black enclosure in which an occupant would exchange the same amount of radiant heat as in the actual non-uniform space. Okay, so what is meaning of this we will see. Here you can see in the first diagram on the left hand side, there are different bodies. Here we have wall, we have glass, partition is there, ceiling is there. Everything is at different temperature. Okay, and there will be different angle involved over here, and using this we calculate mean radiant temperature. We are not going to go in details of the calculation part of this mean radiant temperature. Now next diagram, if you see on the right hand side, I'll zoom this part and show it to you. This is the actual room where there are different surfaces at different temperatures. So here you can see this is T1 temperature, this is T2 temperature, T3, T4. Okay, and because of that, what will happen? Body will radiate, these surfaces will radiate. Okay, and there will be radiation heat transfer. Now this is an imaginary room whose temperature is TR, radiant temperature, and same effect of radiation is taken into consideration over here. So that temperature is called TR, radiant temperature. So same thing is written here. The mean radiant temperature is defined as uniform surface temperature. Here you can see it is surface temperature of an imaginary black enclosure in which an occupant would exchange the same amount of radiant heat as in the actual non-uniform space. Next factor is air speed. Now according to ASHRAE standard 55, it is average air speed surrounding a representative occupant. The average is with respect to location and time. So here one example is given. This is related to position of diffuser or register. Okay, so here you can see on the top side ducting system is there. Here we have false ceiling, and below that here there is different location at which occupants are sitting inside the room. So just below the duct you can see this person, he is feeling very cold. Why? Because whatever air is there, it is coming with high velocity, and the air, the human being, he is coming in direct contact with the cold air. So he is feeling too cold. Then the person who is sitting in between, he is feeling just okay. Whereas the person on the right hand side, he is feeling too hot. Why? because here you can see whatever air is there, it is not coming in contact with the person. So one more thing which I can say over here is, if you sit in still air and if you sit in a condition where air is having certain motion, you will feel comfortable in the second case where motion is there. So that is why air speed also contributes to thermal comfort. Next is humidity. Now here humidity range, it varies. Okay, here it is written that recommended relative humidity. When we say humidity, it is relative humidity. It is 30 to 60%. Okay, now when we go for the application part, there also we will see that the range is different. Okay, so this range, it is like subjective. Okay, this can be subjective to argument. At various references you will find various different type of ranges. Okay, so I have given here RH 30 to 60% is recommended. Now what will happen if humidity level is too high or humidity level is too low? If humidity level is high, then there will be growing of mold. What is mold? Here you can see this diagram. Okay, on wall you can see here mold is formed. Okay, so growth of mold and bacteria. Then if relative humidity is high, then the condition will be stuffy and overall you will feel uncomfortable. Whereas if you consider humidity level too low, in that case there are flu viruses, chances of catching cold are increased along with infection, then your skin becomes dry and itchy. Also, if the house is made up of wood or there is lot of furniture in the house, that is also damaged. Okay, damaged low humidity, it damages house wood or paint. So this is the effect of humidity. Next parameter, we will see personal factors. So we have completed with, if you recall, air temperature, radiant temperature, air speed and humidity. Now we will see the first two factors, which are metabolic rate and clothing insulation. So personal factors, where we will be going to see metabolic rate and clothing insulation. Now what is metabolic rate? According to ASHRAE 55 2017, standard metabolic rate is the rate of transformation of chemical energy into heat and mechanical work by metabolic activities of an individual per unit skin surface area. It is expressed in the unit of MET. Okay, so what happens, you eat food, okay, that is converted into heat and work. Okay, now there are different activities. Here you can see sitting is there, which is considered as 1 MET. Unit of metabolic rate is MET. Then typing is there, 1.1 MET. Driving, cooking, cleaning, playing tennis, hiking, running. So for different activities, the unit of MET is different. Now 1 MET is equal to 58.2 watt per meter square, or it is also having a unit of 18.4 BTU per hour feet square, or 50 kilocalorie per hour meter square. What is this metabolic rate? It is energy produced per unit skin surface area of an average person seated at rest. Okay, so when person is sitting, in that condition, value of MET is 1. So this definition, it is according to ASHRAE standard 55. Now we will see one more definition according to ASHRAE fundamentals handbook. Okay, MET is a unit to express the metabolic rate per unit Dubois area. Okay, now the method of calculation of the surface area of human being, it is called Dubois. Okay, the MET is defined as metabolic rate of sedentary person, which is seated and quiet. Now here one more MCQ has been shown. This is also very important MCQ based on human comfort, thermal comfort. Okay, this is related to metabolic activity. A human body feels comfortable when heat produced by metabolism of human body is equal to the sum of heat stored in the human body and heat dissipated to the surrounding. So whatever heat is produced, it is equal to sum of heat stored in the human body. Because of that, the temperature of the human body will increase, plus the heat dissipated to the surrounding. Now this data has been taken from page 9.6 ASHRAE Fundamental Handbook. Here different activity has been shown, like sleeping is there. So what is the MET value here? 0.7. Seated or quiet, 1 MET value. Then reading, seated, 1 MET value. Lifting, packing, 2.1, and so on. Okay, its corresponding value in watt per meter square has also been written over here. Okay, so same here, whatever diagram this representation was given in diagram, same thing is given in the table format over here. So this different activity, based on different activity, the thermal comfort level of the person will change. That is what has been shown over here. Next is clothing insulation. Now the unit for measurement of the resistance offered by clothes is called CLO, clo. And value of 1 kilo, it is equal to a resistance of about 0.155 meter square Kelvin per watt. So here you can see a diagram, a figure has been shown where people are there who are wearing different type of clothes. Okay, so if you consider the first person, here the kilo value is 1.2, whereas here you can see a person who is wearing only shorts. Okay, in that case the value of kilo is 0.15. So it depends on the level of clothing, the value of kilo. Typical kilo values for different type of clothing have been estimated and are available in the form of table. For example, a typical business suit has kilo value of 1, while a pair of shorts have a kilo value of 0.05. So it depends. Whereas if person is not wearing any clothes, in that case kilo value will be 0. So again, if you refer ASHRAE Fundamental Handbook 2017, page 9.9, there you will find a table like this, where for different clothing, okay, you will get different value of kilo. Next we will see operative temperature. Now based on these 6 parameters, which 6 parameters, we will go back. These are the 6 parameters: metabolic rate, clothing insulation, air temperature, radiant temperature, air speed, and humidity. So based on these 6 parameters, we can define a human comfort zone. Okay, so we will see that part. So to define the human comfort zone, we need to define a temperature that is called operative temperature. Okay, now a comfort zone is defined based on the 6 parameters which we have seen before, that is humidity, air speed, metabolic rate, clothing insulation, okay, etc. So the thermal comfort zone is defined in terms of range of operative temperatures. So that is why here we are going to define what is operative temperature, that provide acceptable thermal environmental conditions. Okay, so what do you mean by operative temperature? It is denoted by TO. It can be defined as the average of mean radiant and ambient air temperature. Okay, so mean radiant temperature MRT plus ambient air temperature, that is dry bulb temperature, divided by 2. That will give what? Operative temperature. Okay, one more definition is there of operative temperature: the uniform temperature of an imaginary black enclosure and the air within it, in which an occupant would exchange the same amount of heat by radiation plus convection as in actual non-uniform environment. Okay, this second definition, it is according to ASHRAE standard 55, and first definition of operative temperature, it is according to ASHRAE fundamental handbook. Okay, but basically if you see what is operative temperature, it is average of mean radiant temperature and ambient air condition. Now there are two methods by which we can define comfort zone. One is graphical method. Now what do you mean by comfort zone? A thermal environment that a substantial majority, more than 80% of the occupants, find thermally acceptable. Okay, this is the definition according to ASHRAE standard 55. Okay, so when you are, this is based on two models. One is called PMV and second is called adaptive model. We are not going to talk about adaptive model, we will talk about PMV model. Okay, so what is basically this thermal comfort? A survey is conducted, okay, in a building suppose, or large number of occupants are there, their feedback is taken, okay, and based on that PMV is calculated. Okay, and if you find that more than 80% of people are feeling comfortable, that is what we define as thermally acceptable environment. So what do you mean by thermally acceptable environment? A thermal environment that a substantial majority, more than 80% of the occupants, find thermally acceptable. Now this is the graphical method. We will come back to this graphical method later on. Okay, this question is usually asked in your university paper. Okay, what is the question? Draw ASHRAE comfort chart and show the comfort zone. So you have to draw this chart along with approximate values. Okay, यहाँ पे no need to write each and every value. You can remember the range ना. This is from 0.002 to 0.016. Here what is the dew point temperature? What is the operative temperature range? But this zone, it is important. You should draw this zone according to the temperature which is given over here. Okay, we will come back to this chart again. We will see the second method first. Now the second method, it is called analytical comfort zone method. Now what is this method? It is called PMV model. Now PMV and PPD model, it was developed by P.O. Fanger using heat balance equation and empirical studies about skin temperature to define comfort. So what is this PMV model? We will see that standard thermal comfort surveys ask subjects. Okay, so surveys are undertaken where questions are asked to the human occupants about their thermal sensation. Okay, now thermal sensation, it is a 7-point scale from -3 to +3. Fanger's equations are used to calculate predicted mean vote PMV of a group of subjects for a particular combination of the 6 parameters which we defined for thermal comfort. What were they? Air temperature, radiant temperature, relative humidity, air speed, metabolic rate, and clothing insulation. So for same level of these 6 parameters, based on survey, thermal sensation point is calculated. Okay, voting is done. Now if PMV is equal to 0, it represents that there is thermal neutrality. And the comfort zone, it is defined by combinations of these 6 parameters for which PMV is within recommended limits of minus 0.5 to plus 0.5. Meaning of this we will see in the upcoming slides. Okay, so here you can see a table has been shown. Subjects can be male, woman or both, and here you can see equation of thermal sensation, that is Y has been written. Okay, now based on the different exposure period, 1 hour, 2 hour or 3 hour, there are different equations. Okay, and that what is the value of T and P in this equation, it has been mentioned over here. Now what is this ASHRAE thermal sensation scale? Here we have these values: plus 3 meaning hot, plus 2 is warm, plus 1 it is slightly warm, 0 means neutral, minus 1 slightly cool, minus 2 cool, and minus 3 is cold. Okay, so same thing is written here. A survey is conducted for subjects where they are asked for some questions related to the thermal sensation, and based on that PMV is calculated and the thermal comfort zone is decided based on minus 0.5 to plus 0.5 PMV value. Okay, and here when this survey is conducted, a particular combination of these 6 parameters are maintained. Okay, now here you can see again same PMV index is shown, plus 3 to minus 3. This is called 7-point scale. Why 7 point? You can see plus 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is called what? Here it is written 7-point scale. So 7-point scale means these are the 7 points. And these are the 6 points based on which we find PMV. So the predicted mean vote model uses heat balance principles to relate 6 key factors. These are the 6 key factors for thermal comfort to the average response of people on the above scale. This is the scale. Now here you can see a diagram. It is called PMV, predicted mean vote versus predicted percentage of dissatisfied, PPD. So here you can see a graph has been shown like this. This is the sensation scale, okay, on x-axis. This is 0 where the people, the thermal environment will be neutral. Okay, and if you go towards right, it will be too hot, and left will be too cold. Now in order to decide the acceptable thermal environment for general comfort, PPD should be percentage people of dissatisfied. It should be less than 10%, and PMV range it is from minus 0.5 to plus 0.5. Based on this, the comfort chart is made. Okay, now we will go to the graphical method of comfort chart. Okay, so we will see now graphical method. So here you can observe on x-axis we have operative temperature. We have already defined what is operative temperature. On y-axis we have humidity ratio and dew point temperature. These are relative humidity curves, and since there are seasonal variations, okay, because of that human being he will wear different clothing. So here you can see 0.5 CLO is the clothing which has been shown over here, meaning it is summer condition. And if you consider 1 CLO, this is considering the business suit. Okay, here you can see a winter business suit has about 1 CLO of insulation, whereas if you consider shorts, sleeved shirt and trouser, here we have 0.5 CLO flow value. Okay, now here you can see certain region it overlaps. Okay, in between here you can see certain region is overlapping. So the middle zone, there you will find that the thermal sensation 7-point scale is near to 0 or neutral, whereas near the boundary Okay, near this boundary you will find plus 0.5 and minus 0.5. So plus 0.5, it what is meaning of this? The person would feel warmer in case of this condition. Okay, whereas this condition person will find minus 0.5 cooler. Okay, now when drawing this comfort zone, the upper humidity level, it is maintained as 0.012 humidity ratio, while the ASHRAE standard doesn't mention the lower humidity ratio, but lower humidity ratio is also important. Otherwise, what will happen? The human skin will become dry. It will become itchy. Okay, so here even though that has not been mentioned, the lower limit is also important. Okay, now here you can see this hatching lines, which is shown by this comfort zone. It is for PMV limit of plus 0.5 and minus 0.5, which we have seen previously. Okay, here that is why we saw this part first. Okay, here you can see the condition of PMV range. It is minus 0.5 to plus 0.5. That is why in graphical method here you can see this range is from plus 0.5 to minus 0.5. So this is called ASHRAE comfort chart. Now while drawing this chart, what are the conditions here? Acceptable ranges of operative temperature and humidity with airspeed less than or equal to 0.2 meter per second and people wearing 1 to 0.5 clothing. Okay, and here this activity is primarily sedentary activity, meaning the person is either sitting or quiet. Okay, metabolic activity, it is less than or equal to 1.1 met. Same thing is written here. This is about the humidity part which we discussed, 0.012 value. Okay, now there is a tool which is called CBE thermal comfort tool. You can Google this. This is the website which has been shown on the bottom side. If you go to this website, this is a tool for ASHRAE 55 standard. It allows user to input the 6 parameters to determine whether a certain combination complies with ASHRAE 55. So here you can see operative temperature is there, airspeed is there, humidity, metabolic rate, clothing. Okay, here you can select the two methods which we have discussed. One is PMV model and second one is adaptive model. We have not discussed on adaptive model, but the methods can be selected over here. And here you can see a zone is plotted and the exact what condition which we have inputted, that is plotted, and we can check whether it falls in the thermal comfort level or not. Okay, so you can try out this tool. It is there on this website. It is web-based tool. Okay, website hai, just on the website you have to select the method and give the input of these values. So further notable reading you can do from ASHRAE Handbook Fundamentals Chapter 9 and ASHRAE Standard 55, which is Thermal Environmental Condition for Human Occupancy. Okay, now this is about the content from ASHRAE. Now if you refer Kurmi, certain other things are also given there. Okay, so we will see the remaining definitions of human comfort. This is about thermal comfort, part of the human comfort. Now we will see human comfort part. Okay, in general. Now human comfort, according this parameters are discussed in detail in Kurmi. Following are the parameters which affect the human comfort. Now if you see these parameters, they are similar to the previous 6 parameters which we have seen according to ASHRAE. Okay, here if we combine 2 or 3 parameters, we can say that this is also related to human comfort. So these are effective temperature. What is effective temperature? We will see. Heat production and regulation in human body. Heat and moisture loss from human body. Okay, so this is related to what? Metabolic rate. Then moisture content of air, quality and quantity of air, air motion, hot and cold surfaces. What is this? Radiant temperature. It is related to radiant temperature, air stratification. Now, what is the meaning of effective temperature? Again, this question is very important. What is meaning of effective temperature? You will find even in GATE, questions are asked on effective temperature. Okay, so what is meaning of effective temperature? It is an index which correlates combined effects of air temperature, relative humidity and air velocity on human body. So three things are considered while we see effective temperature: air temperature, that is dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, or you can even consider wet bulb temperature, because wet bulb temperature, it is measure of relative humidity, and air velocity. So here you can see this figure, it indicates effective temperature nomogram. It is given by this investigator named Yaglu. So here you can see in this nomogram, velocity of air, dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. Using these three parameters, we get effective temperature. Okay, so effective temperature, it correlates combined effects of air temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. Now one more temperature is there which is called standard effective temperature, SET. It is defined for following conditions: clothing value, insulation value is 0.6 kilo, activity level is 1 met, air velocity is 0.1 meter per second, and mean radiant temperature, it is given in Kelvin. Now, according to the ASHRAE handbook, what is the meaning of effective temperature? Effective temperature is the temperature at 50% RH that yields the same total heat loss from the skin as for the actual environment. Okay. Now, based on this effective temperature, there is a comfort chart. This is one more comfort chart. And here you can see this 12, 14, 16. These are effective temperatures. Whereas on x-axis we have dry bulb temperature, y-axis we have wet bulb temperature, and these are relative humidity: 10%, 20%, 30%, so on till 100%. On top side we have summer season chart, which is percentage of people feeling comfortable in summer condition, and if you see the bottom side, this is a chart where percentage of people feeling comfortable during winter season. Okay, so here sir, some temperatures are mentioned, like in summer season 21.6 degrees Celsius, 98% people feel comfortable. Whereas if you consider winter condition, 20 degrees Celsius temperature, 97.7% people feel comfortable. Now again, this topic, it depends on what individual to individual. Okay, but this is done based on the survey. Okay, now if you consider dry bulb temperature of 17.5 degrees Celsius, which is there on x-axis, okay, you have to draw vertical line, and if you consider wet bulb temperature of 12.5 degrees Celsius, you will get a point on this chart. Okay, now what is the effective temperature for this? You have to follow this inclined line. Here you can see effective temperature is 16 degrees Celsius, and according to this chart, this is the comfort zone. Okay, here you can observe this is the comfort zone. Now for this chart, the comfort zone has been defined for 30% RH to 70% RH. Okay, below this the skin becomes dry, and above this there is tendency to develop clammy or sticky sensation. So the same thing is written here for 17.5 dBT and 12.5 degrees Celsius WBT and 60% RH. Here you can see this point which I have located. Effective temperature is how much? 16 degrees Celsius. So effective temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. And if you closely study the previous chart, you will find that for several combination of wet bulb temperature, dry bulb temperature and relative humidity, you can get same effective temperature. So here you can see this effective temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. At this location, you will have different dry bulb temperature, different wet bulb temperature and different RH. Okay, but effective temperature is same. Okay, this point we have already discussed summer condition and winter condition on the chart itself. Now, what are the different factors which affect the optimum effective temperature? Climatic and seasonal differences, then clothing level, age and sex. Now, this is also very important parameter. Different gender and different age people will feel comfortable at different temperatures. Duration of stay. Okay, if you are considering bank, there the duration of stay is short, whereas if you consider office, there the duration of stay is long. So based on duration of stay, kind of activity, density of occupant, all these factors affect the optimum effective temperature. So with this, we have completed thermal comfort.